Hi there, a very good morning and good evening to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This simply talks in another live session with you all. And today I would like to discuss about a very interesting sector, and that is the real estate sector and the stocks in there, which one to buy, which one to avoid, which one should perform. So one of the subscribers, or I would say patron member, did come up with this query as to what needs to be done in the real estate sector. So we'll discuss about that, answer your queries, talk about the markets as well. So we'll discuss all those points tonight, and so let's get going. So hi Atesh, hi there. Harsha, a very good evening to you. Sheikh Saifuddin, walaikum assalam, and Nikhil, hi. And thanks all of you for so much of support on Patreon and YouTube. Whatever I have got, a huge gratitude to all of you, and hopefully I'll bring to you best of the calls and the best of the market and stock analysis for you. uh, all right, I'm good. This is Saifuddin. I hope you're doing well. Vishal, hi. Hi there, Venkat. Okay. All right, Hitesh, thank you. Thanks for all your support as well. So basically, let's talk about the markets a bit and let more people join in as it's an evening session. So hopefully, more people should join into the session. And if you require me to answer the queries midway, then you can use the super chat super sticker feature and I'll answer the queries straight away. All right, so the markets did bottom out, and I was explaining that to Patreon members as well on YouTube that around 17,200 or so, 17,100 or so, there could be some bottom. So we have made a bottom around 17,216. At the moment, I don't see that approaching again, although until and unless 18,000 is not taken out, there is a possibility we could go very close to it again. I don't see 17,000 broken at any point of time unless there is a major global some event or something like that. All right, so those were very good levels to buy. Even current levels in mid cap and small caps are top notch to buy, because what happened today was a move in Reliance that took the market higher. So mid and small cap did not do that well. So many mid and small caps are coming at very reasonable valuations if you look at 1 or 2 years time frame. So, in about the market, I feel that after the expiry and with the kind of expiry we have had this month and over the last 7, 8 trading sessions, I think we are in for a very good December. I have told that earlier that the way the market was behaving in October and early November, I was bearish on the market, and uh, market did fell. So at the moment, I'm bullish on the market, and I won't be surprised that by mid January, end of December, early January, we could be at new highs. We could be hitting 19,000 by that time. So people who say, and naysayers, or probably those people who keep on saying that I'm always bearish on the market, they would be happy to hear that I'm very, very positive on the market at 17,500. Even more positive I was at 17,200. Made a lot of changes to the portfolio, which have been revealed to the Patreon and YouTube members about my personal portfolio, and they do under they would come to know that how I have built up my positions into some of the stocks, considering the kind of market we are into. So at the moment, I believe that we are in for a big move in December and early January, and hopefully over the next you can say uh, hopefully by Jan mid Jan we will be at around 300. Okay. Santosh, so already lost 40% capital in Sequent. Should I hold? Santosh, I think Sequent is headed to 150, 160. I really don't know what is happening with the stock, but if everything is fine with respect to corporate governance, I believe that these are very attractive levels to buy and not to sell at all. wait for some kind of a move towards 190, 200 to exit. At that point of time, hopefully you won't be losing that much. And if you can hold 1 year, I still believe that if everything is fine with the company after the next quarter results, the results afterwards will be better. So a lot of queries about Sequent has come in. So let me clarify that I didn't had any understanding when I exited the stock at slightly higher level than what it is today. And at the moment, it looks like a free fall, but hopefully from March quarter numbers, things will look upward. So all I can say is that whatever information is in the public domain, based on that, it seems a very attractive level to get into Sequent. But we have to see how the shareholding pattern pans out for the December quarter, and only then I'll be able to say anything. So, in any case, you would have to wait it out till January to understand as to where things are. Whatever we know on public platform, on that basis, the stock look extremely attractive at the moment. All right. So as I said, markets headed to 19,000, 19,200, 300 even by mid Jan. That's my call. And then there could be another fall of around 10 to 12, 13% on the market. So we have to be ready for that. All right. So now talking about the real estate sector. So in the real estate sector, what is happening is that everyone is talking about it, and I'm also going on the fact that real estate sector will do well for the next 3 4 years. Based on that, it seems like there are two ways to go about this: either to buy into real estate top notch companies, or to buy real estate ancillary companies, wires, cables, paints. You have something like white goods companies, electronic manufacturing companies, etc., or to buy straight away, you can say, property companies. So some of the companies that I have an eye on, maybe I have investments in there. So disclaimers apply. Are Godrej Properties, Soba Developers, Prestige Estate, Microtech Developers, these four. And if you look at ancillaries, then we are looking at Somani Home, we are looking at Acrysil. Uh, there's a good chance that Dixon will continue to do well because more LED televisions and smart products will mean Dixon up there. So you have washing machines, etc., microwaves, and LED televisions and lighting, LED lightings, etc. Of course, Dixon should play a good role in there, and Asian Paints. So these 7 8 companies you really need to keep an eye on, and if you want to build a basket of stocks around, you can say, real estate picks, these 6 7 companies could do well for the next 3 4 years. I'm not saying short term, but next 3 4 years, these companies should end up doing extremely well. Thanks, Sachin, for your contribution. I'm adding Sequent every 5%. Carlyle Group is with us. Uh, I had a 3 year view when I entered. I still believe a long-term story is intact. Uh, See, Biocon, I'm very positive with the kind of management in there. Yes, the stock has fallen, but I'm very positive about it. That's what I have to look. Although I won't like to set the cat among the pigeon here, but I would like to look at the shareholding pattern altogether. Although I would say that erstwhile promoters of the company have a liquidated stake. So that could be one of the reasons why the stock has fallen so much. But I think with the kind of, you can say, panic like situation with the retailers and the kind of queries I'm getting, I have a feeling that around 160, 150, 155, the stock might be bottoming out. So, all in all, what I can say is that yes, it can be added here. But if you want to add more, wait for a technical breakout that would happen when it reverses and goes above 190. So if the stock goes above 190, keep on adding the stock. That will give you more confidence that okay, a bottom is made somewhere around 160, and now the stock is moving higher. So I can very well understand what retail investors are going through. I've gone through this many times, but what I can say, as I have explained, whatever is in the public domain with the Carlyle Group, with the company, etc., I don't see any trouble for the company, but we have to wait it out. for the December, you can say, shareholding pattern and the results of December, and then we can make a, you can say, why, you can say, an analyzed decision on the stock. All right. So real estate sector, probably if you want to play that, so large, you can say, real estate companies don't go by any infrastructure company or any mid cap infra company. Buy the best in the business in the real estate, or buy the best in the business in the ancillary plays, and hold them for 2 3 years, and you will make money. See, whatever is happening with the FII selling, and people are talking about it, so much of FII selling and this and that. Uh, this thing is going to end somewhere, and the best part about this FII selling that has been happening relentlessly since March, is that the market have not fallen that much. In fact, during September and November, till November, market has gone up a lot. End of October, it made a level around 18,300, 400, and then has reversed. So this is probably a culmination of FII selling, and FII should come back, maybe December, maybe January or February, and things will look up again. It cannot be that for 12, 14, 15 months FII keeps selling India. And another point I want to make here is that FIIs are selling India not because India is doing badly in terms of economy. Uh, it is because they are getting better opportunities in other countries like Singapore, like Indonesia, Taiwan, China, and so on and so forth. So if you, for instance, get better opportunity in some other sector and you're making a lot of money in one of the sectors, you'll definitely like to switch. So that is what is happening with the FIIs, and they would definitely come back once they'll feel that the markets look attractive here. So the good part is that we have not fallen a lot. We have fallen at most 8 9% from the top with this kind of heavy FII selling, and I'm pretty confident that things will look upwards in the next 2 months. And yes, there will come a time where selling will again be there in January, probably, or February, somewhere around budget or just after budget. And then we'll move ahead and move on as well, because the earnings are there. So we are having 700 rupees EPS for sure. I mean, I'm very confident for FY22. Based on that, at around 17,000 uh, 500, it looks extremely attractive. 850 rupees for FY23 at 17,000, it looks 20 times earnings. So not expensive. The market is not expensive basically. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries and for the next 10 minutes. So kindly use the super chat, super sticker feature that will help me grow the channel. That help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. All right. A Tata Power positive. I think the next level to look out is 260, 265, buy around 235. On a long term basis, I think Tata Elxsi, Tata Power, uh, these kind of companies should do well in this EV kind of space. Even Greaves Cotton is doing a lot of things, but that has to be materialized before you just jump onto the stock. But I think Tata Elxsi, Tata Power are the top picks in the EV segment that I would can talk about. Okay. See, latent view analytics is currently trading at 140, 150 times earnings. So I would not like to get into it at the moment. The earnings is around 4.5, 5 rupees. Uh, it has done extremely well. If you have the stock, you're the lucky one, and probably book profits from tomorrow onwards. There could be some selling in there. All right. Nathan, thanks for your contribution. India Mart looks attractive at these levels, but you need to understand the business might not do that well as it was doing in FY20. So that's why the buying will not be huge. So you could see 10,000 or 9,500 over the next 1 year. But there are many other stocks in other sectors that could do extremely well, much better than India Mart. Info Edge is very attractive at 5,900, 5,850. You can buy for long term here. It could go to 5,500. You can buy more. I think a good 20% CAGR on Info Edge possible in the next few years, especially with the real estate sector coming back. Info Edge could do extremely well. Okay, Mastec, a disclaimer, I have the stock at the moment. Uh, positive. I think there are issues in Austria with respect to the pandemic, and there are issues in Europe that is panning out, and probably that is hurting the company. That's all I can say. And probably in the next few months, it should be doing extremely well. HLE Glasscoat, another top-notch company over the last 8-10 years, can be accumulated, but don't expect huge, you can say, returns. Although numbers would be there, and the issue with HLE Glasscoat at the moment is that it is priced to perfection. Uh, it is not cheap even at these levels. So any disappointment with the results might take the stock lower rather than higher. So take that into note. Although from a 3-4 year point of view, HLE Glasscoat do look good. It does look good. Okay. See, MTAR you bought last week. If you have a very short term view, 1-2 month, 3 months, check the movement tomorrow and probably book profits. If you can hold 2 to 3 years, I think 3,000 coming on MTAR Tech over the next 15-18 months, and even higher levels over the next 3 years on MTAR. It's a very decent company. Okay. Nathan, is Asian Paints still an investment after the negative news about promoters? See, it is. It is. See, it's a huge company with whatever that has taken place. The whistleblower issue, I think you're talking about. If you're not talking about that, kindly do write as to what you're talking about. So, if you are talking about the whistleblower thing and all that, that has passed it, and probably should the company should do well. This is a normal correction that is taking place in the stock. Okay, Manmohan, thanks for your contribution. Advanced enzymes, if you have it, hold. It's like an enigma stock. It's like an ITC. It has become like an ITC. It has become like an MGL. Both companies are huge and one of the best in the industry. Even MGL is not performing that well, and I receive queries daily about it. Advanced Enzyme is a top-notch company with very good margins, etc. It is just that their profitability has declined over the years. The stock is not moving anywhere. But on a long term basis, the company, the kind of business that it does, has a lot of prospects. You can hold for a short term basis. I don't see huge movement in the stock technically. I see range bound movement on advanced enzyme between 400 and 330. So if you are there for short term, then probably avoid. And if you are there for a long term, then keep on accumulating. It will, and once it will perform big. So once it will take out the new highs, it could double in a year. So Nathan, yes, uh, so I need to check on what other news on Asian Paints were there. But if it is about the whistleblower thing, I don't think you need to worry too much about that. All right. Okay, Baljeet, you bought Kilpis at 583, hold 3 to 4 years. I still believe in the next 3 years the stock would be closer to 2000. So there are things happening in the company. It will take some time. Stock will perform. And remember, whoever is probably looking to buy into smaller companies, say less than 3,000 crore market cap companies, they will perform according to their movement. They will not perform according to the market. So less than 3,000 crore, if you're getting into such companies, uh, more often than not, they will test your patience, and only then you'll make money if the company is good enough. So it's a difficult terrain. It's not that you're going to make money. If the market go up, they will go up. Okay, Nathan, please advise on Burger King. Thanks for your contribution. Positive on both Asian Paints and Berger Paints, positive on Jubilant Foodworks, positive on even Sapphire Foods. I'm positive that it will perform. And after this euphoria, or you can say after this scare in the IPO market, whatever is happening, after this settles down, probably even that will do well. Not very positive on Burger King because of the kind of losses that it's making. So stay away from loss-making companies. Simple as that. So Paytm went from 1,300 to 1,800. It doesn't give me any confidence at all. So it doesn't matter. So basically, stay away from Burger King. Stay away from companies which are not making profits. Simple. companies need to make profit for you to make money. All right, Birlasoft looks good. See, Birlasoft, in my opinion, has made a short-term top. It could go to 540, 550 at best, but there could be decent decline. Do not get into Birlasoft now. If you have Birlasoft, probably book profits at these levels and then wait for some decline to buy. That would be the call. Pidilite looks very attractive to buy at these levels. I think 2200 is a very good support. It is around 2% lower from here. So between 2200 to 2250, keep accumulating. One thing I want to say here, Pidilite and Asian Paints, and I have made this disclaimer that I have been buying this for my child from a 20-year point of view. So take that on note, and these things will keep on happening. Whatever is happening with Asian Paints, with the oil prices, this and that. But you look at the pedigree of these two companies, and these are not like trading plays. So very difficult to probably trade and make a lot of money out of it. Better to probably invest into when the situation is in complete disarray, either with the market or with the stock. So Pidilite around these levels are very good levels to buy. If you have it, don't sell, hold on for over a number of years, you'll make a lot of money. Okay. Right. Nathan, thanks for your contribution. Tata Consumer at current market price, very attractive. Keep buying. There could be a dip towards 770. Do not worry. Buy more at 780, 775. Very good support at 760, 770. 1,000 possible over the next 1 year, and beyond it could be big. I think over the next 4 years, it's a doubler over the next 3.5, 4 years. That's the call on Tata Consumer. Okay. See, NGL FineCam is a very good company, but the only issue with that is with a very low volume, it can make lower and upper circuits. The kind of business it is doing is extremely good, and I'm still confident it could be a very big, like a 30, 40,000 crore market cap company going forward in a number of years. One thing I want to say about the chemical sector altogether is that the sector per se might have just topped out. I'm not very gung ho about the chemical sector altogether. So, all these companies like Deepak Nitrite, SRF, Naveen Fluorine, and NGL Finechem, any small cap company, some the Sudarshan Chemicals, and so on and so forth. I would say stay away from the chemical sector if you can. And if you're making money in any of the chemical stocks, book profits and look at other sectors. So somehow I believe that from 2016 the rally began in Feb of 2016, and now it's going to be 6 years. It's going to be 6 years in the next 2 3 years, 2 3 months. So I think the rally has continued for a longish bit, and we could be in a lull, just like we had a lull in the pharmaceutical sector. We could be in a very difficult terrain for the next 2 3 years in the chemical sector. Not withstanding the fact that many of the companies, some of the companies, say a handful, six, seven of the companies, might still continue to perform, but not at the same level as the industry has done earlier. Okay. Godrej Consumer, another company that you can invest for long term rather than trade into. So that would be the call. Sachin, thanks for your contribution. Best 2 year travel play from current levels for 2 years. VIP, Easy Trip, after Indian upsurge, after today's upsurge, or any other uh, in Feb March. Okay, any other considering a COVID third wave in Feb March. I am not that confident that another wave would come in, but the infections could surge. That's something that could happen. I would still say IRCTC, although I don't want to, but I would have to say that IRCTC, with the kind of numbers it is producing over the next 2 years, if the government doesn't do anything like it, like a flip flop that it did, I think IRCTC around 800 levels could still be a very good 2 year play in which it could perform extremely well. I think more numbers are still to come. Easy Trip is a you can say a distant second, but at these levels I would say buy Easy Trip around 440, 430 rather than buying at 550. So 20% decline on Easy Trip and current levels or a slight dip on IRCTC could be good travel plays over the next 2 years. All right. Zomato around 135, 140 is a buy. Again, I say that avoid loss-making companies altogether. I don't look at any loss-making company at all. That's the first criteria. So, I I used to do that earlier, but now I completely avoid those. So that would be my suggestion. Okay. Kaplan Point is a very, very decent company, Nihar. If you have it, hold on to it. And if you don't, wait for some decline in the market and keep on accumulating. I think with the kind of expansion that it is doing in its business, it is going to be a large pharmaceutical company going forward. So long term, very, very positive on Kaplan Point. I've talked about InfoEdge. Tata Elxsi, a disclaimer, I might be having the stock. See, at around 5,800, 5,900, it is a buy. Very strong support around these levels. And it is at 50-day exponential moving average. I believe a huge move is possible in the stock over the next 3 months in Tata Elxsi from these levels. Long term, extremely positive. It's a doubler in the next 3 years with the kind of business it is doing and with the kind of foray that it has gone into with the electric vehicle space. It should continue to do well. A 70 to 80,000 crore market cap company going forward. Right. Ultratech, so in the cement space, positive on Ultratech, positive on Dalmia Bharat, positive on some of the mid cap cement as well. I think they will continue to perform after the jolt that we have seen. I think the cement altogether should do well. Okay, so Jubilant Foodworks, I believe that at good levels, but have a 1 or 2 year point of view. Don't look for immediate gains in this stock. I think from April, May, say in the during the IPL season, it should continue to do well. You can accumulate at these levels. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being online. We'll be online again on Sunday afternoon to answer your queries and talk about a new topic. Thank you, and kindly do subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. And support me on Patreon. Now you can get the Patreon membership. I think the problem that was there earlier has been rectified, so you can go there on Patreon from next month and take the membership from the second or third of next month. Thank you.